kind of indescribable. I mean, if you're a big hunter and you love it, you really feel it build, you know, and you can feel that time of year change. You know, the cool nights come and you hear about what the guys are doing up north and all that stuff, and then you go through Stuttgart, you know, and you can drive by the Mack's parking lot and you can almost set your calendar by driving by that parking lot. Where I go to my place, I come in off 65 and Mack's is always to the right. So it's kind of like I don't know what you compare it to. I don't know a good analogy because I've never experienced anything like it. You know, it's just, you know, when duck season's coming and the whole town of Stuttgart just kind of starts to buzz and buzz and buzz. And you got to remember, Stuttgart's a teeny town. I mean, there's only 9,000 people and some change in Stuttgart, maybe 10,000. It's a Mecca though, you know, right in the middle of it. When from November 15th, give or take, to the end of January, it's the most important place on the planet.
In the hole, y'all get ready. Get them. Somebody shoot something.
Things have changed so much now. I mean, you've got all these great big chains that do all these different things. And Mack's does one thing, and that's duck and goose hunting. That's it, waterfowling. I mean, and they do it bigger and better than everybody else. And the reason for that is because those guys grew up doing that. I mean, they're not, there's nobody from Harvard Business School or Yale or any of the Ivy League schools that came down here to run Mack's. I mean, Mack's is a bunch of duck hunters, and they've done it all. And so when you've got an issue and you're looking for a way to resolve that issue, they've all been there. Even though it's a great big store, that's what still brings it. It's like going to your little neighborhood hardware store. You know what I mean? Those guys know exactly what works, because the guys who buy it, they don't buy it on what makes them the most money. They buy on what they use. And that's kind of what makes it special, you know, and you've got a bunch of super knowledgeable people. Well, Jeff DeVasier, he's been around, and I primarily learned about Jeff through dog circles and heard about him, and we had a bunch of mutual good friends, and I've probably known Jeff pretty good for 4, 5, 6 years, something like that, but he's exactly what I'm talking about. He's one of the reasons that Mack's is as special as it is, because the guy knows what he's doing. You know, he's trained dogs professionally. He's guided duck hunters, and so he understands it. You know, and from a professional standpoint, that's what makes him great. A great attribute to Mack's. And again, you know, it's hard to describe, but that's what makes him a little bit different. On a personal note, he's just one of those rare guys that you know that everybody loves. You know. Just easy going as the day is long. What makes him good to hunt with is he's just glad to go. He's appreciative of the goods and the bads and the long walks and you know, carrying decoys in and out. And it's so funny, but we stepped into a great big old nasty slough, and he said, "Man, I love that smell." And it does. It smells putrid. It's horrible. But you know what? The only time you smell it's when you're duck hunting. So it's a good thing.
Sit. Don't do it. Sit down. Sit down. Sit. Yellow. That's good.
Oh, God, that's good. Thank you. My little friend. I love you. I love you.
That's beautiful.
Oh, that's incredible.
I probably went on my first duck hunt when I was 10 years old. My dad was a real avid outdoorsman, loved to hunt and fish, and always carried me with him, made me a part of it, and it easily grows on you. And like I said, I was probably 10 years old then, and I mowed yards and, played some sports. And when I got to be 15, I needed to find a job, just to make me some extra money, save for a vehicle. So I went up to Mack's and I talked to Marion, and he hired me. And I thought, wow, this is great to work in a sporting goods store. I love the outdoors, I love hunting and fishing, and now I get to work in a sporting goods store. And that's what you do. You work a lot.
Ducks Unlimited's WaterDog is brought to you by Avery. Welcome to your life. Dog Truck, world's finest e-collars. Eukanuba, make a good dog great. Mack's Prairie Wings, America's premier waterfowl outfitter. And by Zinc Calls, Mountaintop Custom Kennels, and ProDrive.
Back over the top.
Oh, he's over. Look in the hole. Right here. Straight down, baby. Now shoot that rear end of it when it gets tight.
This is way better than shooting at them. I don't care.
In the hole. In the hole. Y'all get ready. Get him. Somebody shoot something. Shoot that one. Shoot that one going out there.
All right. Sorry. All right. Gosh, I tried. Here. Brookie, I apologize.
My dad had a hardware store, and eventually he put a sporting goods line in the hardware store, and of course he was working all the time. It was a mom and pop store. He didn't have a lot of time to take me hunting, but my Uncle Otis, that's all he did. He carried me with him all the time, and I remember when I first started guiding for my Uncle Otis, I was 13 years old, and I was taking people out to the blinds and duck hunting and bringing in all those pretty mallards, and it just kind of gets in your blood.
When fishing's good, when fishing was good, I was sacking minnows. And, when ducks were flying, I was stocking shotgun shells and stocking, but it's been a great ride. I've enjoyed it. I've been doing it for 32 years now, and have built a ton of relationships with vendors and manufacturers, and a huge customer base as well.
I can remember when I worked for my dad, they used to put me at the duck calling counter, and I could barely see over the counter, and I was selling duck calls. And a lot of times people would come up there and say, I'd say, could I help you? And they would think maybe they're on candid camera, you know. I mean, this little kid on the other side, and I'd blow a duck call, sell a duck calls. Back then, duck calls sold for $3. You know, the same duck caller today, it sells for $70.
Enjoy working at Mack's. I've been there about 9 years now, and every day's a little bit different. You have your routine and things that you try to accomplish during the day, but you have so many different people from all walks of life and all parts of the country that are coming in. You never know exactly what the day's going to bring, and so it keeps things interesting there, and it's very high pace most of the time during the duck season.
From November 15th, give or take, to the end of January, it's the most important place on the planet. Just because, you know, you got all your buddies there and guys that you hadn't seen for literally 9 months, you'll see at Mack's. You know, everybody that it's really unique and it's different because it's a hangout. Guys are in there, you know, you can find out, I mean, you can find out everything from things that you might expect, like what the river levels are at a place that you hadn't been in 2 weeks and what kind of duck numbers are there. But you can also get a good duck gumbo recipe. Or you can also, you know, I mean, you got, you know, Chuck in there and he's telling you about this new little deal, and DeVager's over there telling you about the new things they've done with the waders, and you know, it's just, there's a lot of stuff going on, you know. It's just a very, very, very unique place, you know, and I'm pretty certain there's nothing like it on earth. You know, it's just very, very different.
I grew up in the hunting world. You know, it's in my blood. I went to school and dropped out of school when my dad got a little sick, came back and got stuck in that hardware store, and at that time it was a full-time sporting goods store by then, and that was in 1961. So I guess I've been at it about 47 years in this business. It's grown quite a bit. We had a store downtown that was about 2,500 square feet on 3rd and Main. That was the first Mack sports shop. That started in 1944. And I came along with him in 1961 and became a partner with my dad. And in 1970, we moved out and built a new store out on the highway. It was about 4,000 square feet. And of course, we stayed there till the year, I guess, 2000. And that's when we built the new facility out here now, which is Mack Sports Shop, Mack's Prairie Wings. And we got in the catalog business about 1993.
I got to go to my first SHOT Show, and it was in Atlanta, Georgia. And I guess I was 21 then. And Marion, he kept taking me year after year after year and educating me. And I guess it was probably 13 years ago, he and I were coming back, and he realized a niche we could get into in the mail order business, and that is catering to the waterfowler. And so we were flying back home. I think we had been to Las Vegas that particular year, and we took a Sky Mall magazine and started laying out a catalog right there on the airplane ride home. And so we came home and we got our vendors together, and we got us a photographer, and we started taking pictures and got us a design person. And that first year we mailed 52,000 catalogs. We had 2 phone operators, and those 2 phone operators did the packing and the shipping as well.
We cater to waterfowl hunters, ducks, geese, and to the dog people, the retriever people, and it's worked, and we're still staying with it. You know?
That was incredible. I can die tomorrow.
Welcome to your life. Hey. Ducks Unlimited's WaterDog is brought to you by Avery. Welcome to your life. Dog Truck, world's finest e-collars. Eukanuba, make a good dog great. Mack's Prairie Wings, America's premier waterfowl outfitter. And by Zinc Calls, Creative Answer, and Ducks Unlimited.
Big old fat green head.
My favorite way of duck hunting is in flooded timber like we have here, and I've done a lot of other hunting from all over the country in Canada and hunting different fields and lakes and dry fields and done most everything that you can do, but my favorite by far is hunting in flooded timber. It's just a different way of seeing the ducks work. The sounds are different, the sights and everything that you see, and every aspect of hunting in the flooded timber is appealing to me. I'd rather shoot 3 or 4 ducks in the woods than to shoot 10 or 12 or however many you could shoot somewhere else. It's just that much more enjoyable to me, and the experience is so much better. And just like we've done today, we put down a lot more ducks than what we've shot. We've worked them, we've experienced them coming through the trees with the sun on them, and it just, to me, doesn't get any better than that.
Don't let him pass.
Kill it, Jeff. Kill it, Jeff. Kill it, Rick. Sit. Sit. Do it. Sit down. Sit. 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 Yeah.
Up here.
Good shot, baby.
Sit.
Completely. Man, these ducks are fat and heavy. Golly. Look at the neck on that joker. I mean, he's just a big old fat bull neck. Good looking dude.
Big old Drake coming around.
Good work.
Watch it. He's there. Dead bug.
Oh, okay. That's me.
Back. Back.
I got this camera stuff down, man.
Back.
Please let him just get one guy.
Over. Foot. It's right there, ain't it?
Yeah, he's rolling. I got this. I can't see the dog. I don't know where Zoom is, but I got this cameraman busy fast. Atta boy.
Got it?
Of course I got it. You kidding me? That stuff is sick.
That's it, my brother.
The last 2 days have been extremely enjoyable hunting with Yellow and Buck. Most people nowadays that I go hunting with, they all have dogs, and some of them are good, some of them are not. But it's enjoyable to be around them. And I don't personally have a dog that I use hunting right now, but I used to. I've had them for a long time and used to train retrievers for a living myself. And a big aspect of it in the past to me that I still have good memories of are the dogs that I've had. And just to experience the time and the effort that you and that animal has spent in order to do something like this, and then to once be able to put all that hard work to use and watch them go retrieve and do the things that you're asking them to do, and to do the things that come naturally to them. It's a huge enjoyment, and a different, adds to the aspect of waterfowling.
Good boy, Buck. Good boy.
Tyler, you finally drug one down, didn't you?
Good boy, Buster. What a man.
Here,
Good bird.
look at that. I want you to look how
How's the yellow's deal is?
how he was all. Well, that one gut shot's what got him right there.
Good little bird.
That's a northern bird. What are you doing?
Through the Delta from Jonesboro, where I grew up, all the way down to Stuttgart, where I'm at now, and even further south. The Heritage 2 duck hunt is so strong, and people grow up hunting. It's just a way of life. We're fortunate to be where we are and work where we are at Mack's and being in Stuttgart.
You know, my dad told me one time you can really tell a person what a person's made of when you get in a duck blind with him, you know. And when you hunt with him or fish with him or her, you can really figure out a personality and what kind of a person they are. And it's been true.
Would I change anything? Not a thing. Not a thing. I mean, to me, I've lived a dream, and if I died tomorrow, I'd say my life is complete.